everyone. Welcome to Zoom training today for Forensic Networker. So good to see you all today. Hello everyone. We have our CEO and founder in the house already. I'm so happy to see you. How are you today?
Hello, young lady. How are you?
Good, thank you. So good to see you again for this Forensic Networker. And welcome everyone to this Forensic Networker call every Tuesday night in Toronto, Canada time, and Wednesday morning in Asia. And before we start this Zoom call today, let me introduce myself. My name is Ja. I am from Thailand and I am lifestyle advisor. It's my pleasure and my privilege to host this Zoom call today. And yes, we have our CEO and founder of Forensic Networker on this call. And before we begin, let me introduce his bio, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. He built 4 multi-million-dollar MLM businesses as a distributor in 1990 to 2003. In 1999, he founded MLM's most advanced MLM university, the Forensic Networker. And 2005, he founded MLM premier and most prestigious MLM company. He voted World's Top MLM Compensation Plan Expert in 2010. And in 2011, he featured in Networking Times as Master Networker. In 2013, featured on the cover of American Business Journal with Warren Buffett. Voted world's #2 all-time MLMer businessforhome.org in 2014. And in 2015, he was nominated for Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2015. Voted in MLM's first inductee Hall of Fame with Paul St. Filser and Lake in 2016. And in 2020, his company ranked top momentum company in MLM in the pandemic, BFH. And again, he was voted top networker by BMH in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, he was born with special talents? No. We all start at the same place, but some of us decide not to stay there. Keep evolving. Everyone, please welcome our CEO and our founder of Forensic Networker, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. The floor is yours.
So good to see you guys. And by the way, folks, we need some trainers. If you need to go for your QT, remember, this is one thing we should talk a lot about. That opulence is not like any other MLMs. This is home for life. So we already see there's people who are here for over 18 years. They're not going anywhere. So in the chat, for fun, how many years have you been around? Just throw it out there. Throw it out there. How many years have you been around? Because, years ago, 8 years. Since 2008, that's like 15 years. 16 almost. 1.5 years. 2014, that's 10 years. Almost 2 years. 2019, so it's 4 years. Well, Zach is a new one. Welcome, Zach. Welcome. We have a very large community. I remember years ago, it was in 2007, we had somebody that said 2015, Charlene. Wow, Charlene, it's been 10 years for you almost. Wow. Now I think we got to do something nice for people who hit some milestones, right? And we talked about it at the office several times. And I don't know, we hit 5 years and, you get a nice pin or something. And, 10 years, you get something. So I think we got to, who thinks that's a good idea? Milestone recognitions, So when you go into a convention, you go into an opulence convention, people say, oh, 5 years for that one. Hey, 10 years. Oh, whoa, look at that thing. 15 years. And, I think it'd be pretty cool. You'd be wearing those medals with honor. So, yeah, we had somebody said in 2007, I never forgot this. He said, opulence is like that song, Hotel California by Eagles. The song, the very famous song, Hotel California by Eagles. And he said there's a part in the song says you can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave. That's like opulence. You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave. And that's true. It's true because it's just so different. It's a nation. I call it nation. It's not an MLM company. In any capacity, it's not an MLM company. So tonight we're going to talk about that. We do have a lot of new people all the time, and they need to, they need some training. They need some training. I've been predicting this for last early pandemic, so about 3 years now. I've been saying that, actually before that, so that MLM will contract in a number of companies. It will contract. So, my prediction is about 80% of the companies' MLMs will not be here in the next 5 years. So I said 10 years then, and now through a few years has gone by, probably next 5, 6, 7 years, you're going to see 80% of the companies will contract. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. And you're going to find that less and less Ponzi schemes are going to come out because more and more people recognize what a Ponzi scheme is. Like, Ponzi schemes don't do very well in Canada. They come, they just don't last. They don't do well in the US, they don't do well in Europe. They just because these are mature countries and they know what a Ponzi scheme is. Yeah, Ponzi schemes only do well in new MLM markets. Southeast Asia, maybe some of the Caribbean market. In Africa, they do well. It's fairly new markets. What I mean by new is about 20 to 30 years. If you're 20, 30 years in MLM in your country, that is a fairly new market. You're still very excited, which is great because it's exciting to run those countries, do business in those countries, do MLM in those countries, because people are excited. It's wonderful. And that's where the money's made, by the way. That's when those countries where the money's made, because MLM is fueled by energy. And those energy in those countries are very, really high. So yeah, I think, already it's happening. I think pandemic maybe fast track my prediction that a lot of these companies. So what I said was MLM is going to mature up and it's going to become more than just something you get in to make some quick buck. MLM is going to become like a club where you join, a very prestige private club that you join, where you buy its product and you have a membership, so you get at the wholesale. And because you're getting at wholesale, you can now recommend it and you get the gap, the price in between. Well, it's like going to Costco, and restaurants go to Costco, right? They go to Costco, they buy in bulk, and they come to the restaurant and they sell it. So it's pretty much MLM is going that direction where people will choose their private club that they want to belong to, and they just love being there. They buy and sell, and so 90% of these companies who don't even have a product or proper use case, they'll be gone, and which is a good thing because we don't really need money games, right? The Ponzi schemes, the money games, don't really need that. It's illegal. It doesn't work. People get hurt by it. I even the people who make some money, they're always broke. I know some of those people. That all they used to do is all they did was Ponzi schemes, and they always talk about they make a lot of money, and they always broke. And they never make any money. So I think yeah, they just have to tell the story, right? So the companies that are left, then 20% or less, they're going to be around. They're going to do well, but you're going to find some of them are still very limited. You know, because you run into some of these companies who have products and they're legit companies, but then they have, instead of having different verticals of products, in other words, use cases you need during the day, they have, I don't know, 16 different kinds of essential oils, which is really one use case, right? You know, or maybe they'll have different types of health products, different vitamins, and different things, which is really one use case, which is health, right? So they'll do fine. They'll do fine because they'll keep on selling their benefits towards different things, and they'll do okay. And I think then it leaves you know the top, which at the end of the day, what's a business? Business definition of business is when you provide a solution to a problem. That's right. When you go buy anything from a store because you have a problem you want to solve, you go buy vegetables because you want to cook, right? I mean, definition of business is providing solutions to the people they want. If you go to a hardware store, you buy a hammer because you know you want to hit a nail. So that's a definition of a business. So obviously, who are the biggest businesses? The ones who provide far more solutions than the smaller ones. I mean, that's why you got the Costco's of the world and the Walmart of the world, Amazon's, right? They bring a lot of solution than a little store. It's so MLM is the same. MLM is a business. You know, I don't know how many MLMs out there that actually make their own product and provide many use cases. I think we're the only game in town. I think because after 35 years, I don't know. And you could say Amway, but they don't make their products, right? They have a line, you know, they have a few things, but everything they sell belongs to somebody else. Okay, that's fine. I guess maybe they compete more, maybe try to with Amazon because they sell other people's products. And it's never good when you sell people's products because obviously you have no control over that product, its price, its availability, customer service, the warranties and guarantees, profitability. How about that? I mean, in a business, you want to know what is your set profit. So that is us. Last 18 years, we came up with, you know, 1,000 SKUs. And so you wake up in the morning, we've identified with 30 plus use cases. With or without opulence, you would need it anyways, right? If we're not on tomorrow, you're going to buy it anyways. That is a good definition of an incredible company. Because if you're not buying it from us, you're buying it from somewhere else, right? There are shampoos sitting in your showers. If it's not from your mall, it's someone else's mall, which is, it's not very smart because because you do have a mall here, and instead of using those funds to pay for the expenses and to operate your mall, you use those funds to buy shampoos and toothpaste and all these things, 30 use cases from someone else's mall. You pay their operating costs. They didn't even say thank you. So when you bought from outside, you paid someone else's operating costs and to took that funding away from your own opulence mall. Now I know it's not a lot to operate opulence mall. It's about $150 or $250 a month, but you know you're gonna use some stuff, so I admit $300-400 a month. You know, but why would you do that? You know, as you go throughout the year, you're gonna need to buy things for yourself, shoes, jewelry, go to a party, you need some cool stuff, gifts. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I mean, it's just endless. And pretty much, if you pay attention and if you get creative, pay attention and be creative, you're gonna find vast majority of needs that you have during the day, week, month, and year, you can find it in opulence. So this is the beautiful part about this. You know what that's called? Independence. Independence. And we all realized how important that was during the pandemic, wasn't it? Massive lockdowns, some countries, they were telling the cops to shoot anybody you saw on the street, and so, and then of course, logistical issues, the price increases, and all this stuff. So here we are, we have independence, and independence equals freedom. Equals freedom. So where MLM is headed now, especially when the CBDC comes to the neighborhood near you, then you're going to see how restricted you are on how you want to spend your own income or your job income, your salary, your business income. Then you start thinking, thank God I have opulence. Because we don't operate on your local currency. We operate on our own currency, whether it's opulence currency, whether it's Canadian dollars, whether it's exit, whether. So there's a lot going on here. So as these companies, I'm talking thousands of companies, close their doors, and they are. It's already happening. We bought a couple of them, right, ourselves, right? There's so many companies are closing their doors. And what's going to happen? We're going to fill the gap. The same way when they shut every business down during the pandemic, and Amazon and Walmart's of the world and Costco's of the world, they filled the vacuum, right? And people didn't starve. I mean, it's just that everybody that was going to go to everywhere else, they end up going just to the few large ones. And so that's what's going to happen here, where 80% of the companies, MLM companies, will close. People will know what Ponzi schemes are. No one's interested in, because the ones who tried it, tried three of them. Show me a person who tried the Ponzi scheme. You show me someone who's tried three of them, maybe five of them. They just think maybe the next one's different. So, and they do that because they don't really understand what MLM is. Somebody told them, we can make money. Listen, yeah, you can make money stealing things from a grocery store. Well, I don't have to spend money, or break into ATM machine, or bring a gas tank and steal people's gasoline from their car. Hey, you can make money in different ways, right? But we don't do that, right? We just don't do that because we know it's wrong. We know it's wrong, and it's criminal. But mainly, it's wrong. And joining a Ponzi scheme is wrong. It's illegal, right? It's illegal. And so the cool thing about this is that you're with a company that's very prestige, A plus. We manufacture and control all our own products. We don't sell one product, So, and yeah, it's a good position to be. So we're going to keep adding use cases. We know where the business head is headed. As usual, we know very well where all the businesses are headed, and we're preparing ourselves for it. And we're going to be ahead of it. What we have done right now, with exit, that's you might not recognize what its use case is. You will. Yeah, you will. For some of you guys who know it already. For the rest of you, some of you guys, you'll know it in 6 months or a year. For some of you guys, maybe you'll know it in 5 or 6 years, if you're still here. But this is one of the most important things that we have done. And we're ahead of everything. We're ahead of everyone. As usual, we are the innovators. So Not only we give you all the use cases, look what we've done now. Right now, you operate a wholesale mall. It's a wholesale because, although people can go to your website and buy right now, it's not really e-commerce friendly because it wasn't designed to be an e-commerce. There's so much has to happen in the background, making sure that you get paid and all your downline and people that you're upline get paid on you and on your downline and different countries and jurisdictions and zone pricing. It's not an e-commerce business. It's a wholesale website. And it's one of the best I've seen in my 35 years. I mean, it's got so much stuff in the back office. Beautiful, beautiful thing. But so we give you that. Of course, you run them all, and that is your performance center. It runs all for you. And of course, recently we announced that we're going to soon release a retail mall. Now we're going into the e-commerce business. It's very, very simple. It has nothing to do with the stuff you know now in your wholesale mall. And it's going to be gorgeous, and more gorgeous. I've seen it. It's beautiful. And it's very simple. You click, you buy. You'll be very proud to share that. And not only to share that and sell products, but you can actually start selling the retail mall and make some wholesale profit. I think the number we came up with, we'll announce it later, but it was like, run it by your leaders on the Telegram group. I think we decided it's going to be $200 and it'll be the $50 wholesale profit or something like that. Imagine that, right? You get a retail mall that's even more beautiful than what we have right now. And people can come in with a couple of $100 and boom, they got all our products. Of course, they go and sell and make a gosh of money. And the retail malls are still attached to your wholesale mall. And so whatever they sell, you still get your CV. And I mean, Amazon doesn't give you that. They couldn't dream of giving you that. This is why I got about a 35-year more experience than Amazon in this regard. So we give you not only a freedom, independence, buying and selling, using your own products, shop at your own mall. Not only we give you that, now we give you, of course, we give an opportunity to run other wholesalers, which is the MLM business, right? Which you do right now. Now we're going to give an option to do e-commerce business. It's an affiliate program almost where people come in, they take a retail mall, they run with it in any country in the world, and you're going to make profits on everything they do and so forth. And again, incredible, incredible. See, imagine that as if Amazon allowed you to do that, right? They don't. So then we didn't stop there because we knew years ago that this fiat currencies that we're all working with, its days are coming to an end. So what did we do 3 years ago? We started rebuilding everything that we built in the last 19 years and put it on a blockchain and getting ready for the next world, next era of currencies, which is not going to be fiat, which is used right now. Next era is going to be on the blockchain. It's going to be cryptocurrencies. Now, if the cryptocurrency belongs to the government, that means it's restricted and programmed for you to do what they want you to do with your money. That's called a CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. It's coming. 141 countries are working on it, including yours. So soon, we already know what happened in Nigeria, and they already implemented that. And so if it's done by the government, it's called CBDC, it's programmed, it's horrible. It's the worst thing you can imagine. It is the exact opposite of freedom. At least now, okay, you're of course, they keep printing money and stealing our wealth because they keep devaluing the money, and people who had thought they had money in the bank, now it's worth fraction of what they thought it would be worth, but at least they could do with it what they want to do with it. You know, you have a few bucks in your pocket, you want to go buy this, great, you do it. It's money, it's physical, it's independent, and you pay it, right? You have that control. And when you tap, you decide what you want to spend it on, unless the bank or the government disagrees. But you know, it's hard right now for them. With the CBDC, it's very easy for them because all the money is on one line of blockchain. And let's assume there's another pandemic. And they're going to say, well, we don't want people to come out of the houses anymore. Because last time they didn't listen. That Ramin guy, he never listened. He was out. We went to work every day. And he was on that highway with those big cars. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to program the money for this period not to work at gas stations. And they'll let you know. You limit on how much money you can spend on gas. So pretty much anything they want to do, they can do with it. So we knew this was happening. We've done a lot of research on it, and we decided to have our own currency on the blockchain. So we have more experience about currencies than anybody else in the world. We started ours in 2005. You know, we called it back the time shopping credits. You know, actually it was called SAC. 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 Who remembers SAC? Who's old enough here that remembers SAC? SAC, shopping account credit. That's what we used to be called. And then SAC became just shopping credit. So and then SC, and of course became Opulence currency, and then the next version is called Exit. So it's yeah, the good old days, guys, the good old days. So now, but the thing is, our own internal currencies, obviously, it was revolutionary back then. It is today. The whole concept of Bitcoin in 2009 was about a peer-to-peer transaction without the intermediary of the bank. So I can, you know, basically do transaction with you directly, as opposed to using a Visa, MasterCard, type of e-transfer where the bank has to do the work, right? Well, we did that 4 years before the Bitcoin white papers was even written. We started out in 2005, and that's what we use it today. 19 years history of this. So, but it was only for internal use. So you guys use it. You know, you're used to it because that's what you do. I mean, imagine, just think about how revolutionary this is. You know, it's late at night. It's 9:27. And you talk to your downline after this call, or your upline, or somebody says, you know, and you happen to be in Vancouver, and they happen to be in Abuja, Nigeria, and you have another, you know, team member that's happened to be in Nairobi, Kenya. You have another one happen to be, you know, in Dubai, and you're having this little call, and another one in Sydney, Australia, and then, you know, say, hey guys, you know, I want you guys to talk to your friends maybe, and I want you guys to launch. And it just happens that, you know, they don't have any credit cards, right? Or, hey guys, there's a special going on, go buy. Oh, you know, my credit card's full, I don't have one. You just go to our back office, you buy Opulence currency, OC, you buy it instantly from your back office, one button, boom. You send this currency all over the world. You're in control. No fees, free. No fees, instant. Cannot be stopped. Cannot be confiscated. There's nothing to stop it. Like, you have full. It's not volatile. It's not volatile currency. It's stable. And you do that now. You're used to it. You kind of use. You go shopping on your back office. You don't use a credit card. You're using a shopping credit. You know, if you didn't have the shopping credit system, you need to put your credit card to pay for everything, and then be at the mercy of your credit card company if they're going to allow it or not. You know, how about those interest rates, right? So we have these systems that we've mastered over the past 2 decades, but it was all for internal use. So you guys had the luxury of it. So what we've done, we've taken that and we put on a blockchain. So the world who are non-members, they can now have access to open these products on another mall, crypto mall, which happens to be the very first crypto mall in the whole industry. So so imagine now, because you're running your e-mall, you're an operator with opulence. So now you got a wholesale mall, you got a retail mall, right? Wholesale mall is where you build a team on, right? Your retail mall is where you get retail customers on. And all of a sudden it says, everybody I know has crypto. Like you have no idea. In Africa, 60%, 60% are using crypto. India, insane. I mean, in more modern countries, Western countries, it's a little bit less because I guess a lot of people have access to banking, so they'll need, because a lot of countries that don't have access to proper banking because they have no IDs, they love crypto because it's easy to use. So in Africa and Caribbean, a lot of places, Southeast Asia, the numbers are very high that they're actually using crypto. And in North America, in Europe, it's about 35 to 40% that hold and use crypto. It's still a lot. That's like half. So let's assume half the world are already either using it or holding it. And that's going to become 100% because the government is going to turn everything into crypto, except their crypto. And when you try their crypto, you're going to realize, oh, I don't like this. This sucks. So I'm going to go to this crypto, which is the one that I can control, not the crypto that they control. So you're going there. It's all coming to you. There's no choice there. You're going to end up there. And then you're going to say, hey, my company, Uplands, they have their own crypto. Yeah, which I can shop at my mall and I can send anywhere in the world instantly. It's already have established value because on an exchange, it's a whole ecosystem. And soon, everybody who have crypto, they're looking for a place to shop because that doesn't exist right now. If you're using crypto to shop, you have to use something in the middle. So you got crypto and it has to go somewhere, it turns into fiat in the background before you get shop. That's all it is. And that's very problematic in everywhere. So soon we're going to have another option where you can get the crypto version of your wholesale mall or the retail mall, and you can now sell products to all the crypto people. Imagine this too. So now you got all these trillions of dollars in crypto that buying our products, right? And now we can start selling our crypto mall for a couple of hundred USDT to people who just want to start. Like Amazon became this big because all people wanted to do was to buy and sell products, right? They became the biggest company in the world. Just that. They didn't make any products. They just allowed people to buy and sell. Remember, Amazon started as a bookstore, right? That's how it started, as a bookstore. And they became the largest platform because they allowed people to buy and sell products. So now we're going to be the first one in the crypto world doing that, allowing people to buy and sell products. Can you imagine that? Like now you can, so now you have what a mall, I mean, look at you. Because now you have a wholesale mall, residual income, retail mall, retail profits, crypto mall. And it's endless. It really is endless. I have quite an imagination, as you know. Even for me, it's funny, somebody told me yesterday, he goes, Ramin, I know you a long time, and I know your mind and your imagination, but I can't sleep at night because of exit, and he runs a Forex business, he has a Forex company, and he runs a Forex exchange. He says, this is so big, and I don't think, Ramin, you'd even understand how big this is. He's telling me that. That's pretty cool. So, what you need to do right now is get to know your company really well. And the very first thing you do, just use all the products. Use all the products. By the way, we got this new bonus coming out, and we're going to take some of our future products and make it part of this bonus. Because here's where we're at. That's going to knock your socks off, by the way. It's like today, I actually put my department heads my head of accounting and IT and product and shipping. I put him in the main boardroom. I said, let me guys show you something. And I was showing them this new bonus we got. And how it works it works quite different than what we have already. And what happens in just 3 levels, they were just absolutely floored. It was just absolutely floored. So we're going to be constantly innovating and coming up, because right now I think a lot of people moving forward, it's going to be less about flash, less about, not, no offense, I mean, I was one of them, but it'd be less about people like Renee or Reza, or it'd be more about lots of people coming in. Like, what's the flash in Amazon? The people, there was a few accounts that make, maybe, I don't know, maybe they manage to make 6 figures. It's rare. I mean, they got like 230 million users, but even the ones who do well, there's no flash there, right? They kind of make it. Vast majority, like 99.999%, they kind of don't make any money, but they're there. I mean, they want to have it more. They want to have something to do on the side. And so with us, we're coming out with systems where people can come in, and with the next 24 months. So you guys, with this new system, because every single one of you can all reset your clock, right? You can reset your clock, and it's insane. So get to know your company well, buy everything, use everything, cost transition, right? So stop funding someone else's mall, get creative. Even if there's something you need that we don't actually have that official product for it, but you can use our products in many, many capacities, right? Many capacities. Here's an example. I use F4L as a hair gel. Look at that. It's all shiny. It's F4L. I don't use gel. It's F4L. And it gets hard. And it gets really hard. And then it gets like strong. It feels, except it doesn't give you this gel, gooey, hard, and of course it clogs up your scalp and causes dandruff and all the stuff. I just use F4L, but it's not designed to be a hair gel, but that's what I use it for. And you guys should all be doing the same thing. I use our own products. I use whether it's there's a few of them, but whether it's I use the conditioner, whether I use the shampoo, I use it to shave. And guess what I use as an aftershave? F1 again. So he makes it all hard and nice. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the use case of that product is just insane. And I take a look, and I'm taking a look and saying, what's going on with the healthcare costs? And it's unbelievable, the costs of healthcare on things that can be prevented. It's unbelievable. So I'm thinking, okay, we could, in our lifetime, just cost transition into our products, right? We could probably prevent, hundreds and thousands of dollars in healthcare costs to the government, to ourselves, just by using our products. I'm not even talking about, the health benefits. You could just, because a lot of stuff you use is toxic. Here's an interesting story. I went to the dentist yesterday, and I had to do my normal cleaning. So I had a bit of a sensitivity down here. So he said to me, he goes, oh, okay, because you put put air in it, and then you kind of feel something sensitive. And my teeth is great. I mean, last time I had to do anything with my teeth was years ago. So I really love. Before that, you every couple of years you get a cavity here and there, but I don't have that. So, but there was some sensitivity there. So he said, you know what? I have a little toothpaste for you. It says it's which was a sensitivity. It wasn't Sensodyne. It was a Colgate something. I said, nope. He said, why not? I said, because it's called fluoride. He says, yeah, actually was an open-minded. Yeah, I know for 30 years, Ramin, and people have been saying that, and I've been hearing about it, and I think within a reason, and he didn't know much, right? He's a dentist, but very good one too. But he really doesn't know about fluoride, right? That's not telling me how we make ours and all this stuff. He says, "Would you drop a big bag of that for me?" He says, just so I said, sure. Next thing you know, I go to pay for my thing, and the ladies, oh no, I guess they heard it. They said, "Oh, can we also get a bag of this?" So it's incredible. He says, "A bag." So, well, how many do you want? He said, "Whatever you got. If you got 10, 20, I just want to give it to my customers, and I like to do that for my customers." So that's one of the things I'm going to do. Here we got a 30 some odd year dentist. This is a very nice place. It's a luxury place. And he said, "I'm really excited to try your product." I was telling him how ours is good for kids and all that stuff. Team, the whole point is that this is your product. We got professionals like that looking at this, and they have partnerships. They have partnerships with toothpaste companies that give away their stuff. And he's like, "'Cause I can't wait to use your stuff." Right? So imagine what that would do for you. Because look, I see people around me, right? They're older and they have all kinds of problems. The question that nobody asks, well, how did they get there? How did they get there? They weren't sick before. How'd they get there? And everything we do today will have a result later on. There's going to be a result, good or bad. The stuff we do right will have a good result, positive result. The things we do wrong will have a negative result. We don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers, but we have some of them, right? We have some of them. And it just happens to be those answers are not mall. And by taking those answers from our own mall as opposed to getting answers from someone else's mall, not only we fund our own mall, we avoid a lot of problems funding someone else's mall with those fluoride-based toothpaste, shampoos, all this junk. I was telling him we don't even have SLS. Then he started telling me the actual name, sulfate, whatever it was. And he said, "Actually, that's good. That's good because sulfate is something that, the foamy stuff in your toothpaste, the one that you like a lot, your kids like a lot because it foams out. Guess what? It's poison. And it has absolutely no benefit other than make it foamy. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And we have so get to know your mall well. Soon you'll be able to have 3 malls, probably a couple $100 for the other 2. And now you make money in many different capacities. Look, in the crypto world, that's a huge, we're talking the trillions now, trillions with a T. You're the only game in town where people can go take their Bitcoin or any type of coin and convert it, go to exit payment system and convert it to exit and buy the bag or shoes. And the profits are going to be insanely high. That's the last thing I want to talk about because, the fiat currency is collapsing and a lot of it's collapsing by purpose. Remember, the governments want to switch everybody into a CBDC. And one of the tools they will use in their arsenal is inflation and collapsing or debasing the currency. And then the debt is going to be so high as a country, they're going to say, well, we have to change the currency because, just the value of the currency we have cannot pay our debt. So they come up with a new currency, it's digital, CBDC, and so forth. So when you take a look at that, just from the cost transition point of view, and we already saw some of the examples we used in my last big call about people in Nigeria who have shopping credits. They buy our products at a quarter of a price than the people in Nigeria, same time, who buy the same products from us using Naira. They're paying 4 more than 4 times, more than 400% more. So people using Naira, they will pay over 4 times more than people who kept our shopping credit or opulence currency, buying the same product. Why? Because the opulence currency didn't crash like Naira did. So had you converted your Naira back then to opulence currency and kept that instead of Naira, you'd be shopping at massive 75% discount. This is true not just for Nigeria. This is true for every country. Switching to utilizing our currencies, our opulence currencies, it's great because it's stable, right? Because it's stable, it allows you to actually do financial planning. You can do your cost analysis. Like, how do you do cost analysis with something that changes? Look, the recent thing, for example, the war that's happening right now in the Middle East. Well, a lot of countries, because the Red Sea is now closed, and we see it too because when we ship stuff out, and the prices have gone up like crazy. The grocery stores, everything, the price have gone up just because of a little war that happens. That's outside the regular currency collapse that's happening, inflation that's happening. But you know what doesn't change? Your opulence products doesn't change. You don't change. When you get your gas, it goes up and down every day, right? In your car. It changes. If you keep your grocery store bills, buy the same thing every 2 weeks, you compare them, they're different. Why? Because every single day when the shipments come out on ship, well, they price the transport based on what the gas prices are that day. It's based on many factors. If there's a war going on, if there's how the weather is, the insurance costs, and of course it comes into the country. There's taxes, and then they have to go in a truck, and they have to get all the grocery store. Again, what's going on with the workforce, employees, the wages, inflation. So every single day, the grocery store, when it replenishes its inventory, every single day they have to adjust the prices based on what happened the other side of the world when the stuff got on a ship, right? So your grocery bill is never the same. It is fluctuating all the time. Well, guess what doesn't fluctuate? Your opulence mall doesn't fluctuate, right? So when something fluctuates, you can't do cost analysis. You can't plan your year in advance. You can't do that. But you can definitely do that with your opulence mall, doesn't it? You take a look and say, how much shampoos do we need during the course of the year? No, you know how much allocate towards that. How much, I'm gonna need for body wash, creams, pretty much everything, right? The 30+ use cases. If you bought those from another mall, you can never plan for it because the prices are different. And most keeps on going higher at the end of the year. But you can certainly plan for that by shopping your own opulence mall, because it doesn't fluctuate like that, right? So cost transition is a big deal. It makes our life easier. We get the best products in the world. It's safe. We know that it's safe for family, children. We know that we can cost transition. We know that we can do cost analysis. We can do financial planning. We can do all of that because we control our own mall, shop from one place. Plus, we do these promotions, right? Promotions, bonuses, we do all the stuff. You can get free stuff here. Over here, when you shop, when you stay with us for a while, everyone knows your name. We do these build business promotions. You guys got all this free stuff, right? You don't get that outside. You just don't get that outside. And of course, everything you buy here provides you with a business. Stuff from outside, you buy stuff from what doesn't get you a business. It gets them a business. It doesn't get you a business. So this whole opulence business just makes so much sense. It just makes sense everywhere. Sense everywhere. And when the industry as a whole transitions, it is, you're going to find out that, more and more companies are closing their doors. Companies like ours will come in to fill the vacuum, we'll fill the gap. Like we'll fill the gap. A lot of these people join us as they always are, and they find it home. And you got it's really nice knowing that you got a home for life, right? I got my home, I'm done. It's almost like, okay, you find the right girl or right guy, you marry, okay, I'm done for the year, right? I'm done, right? And so it's business the same way. You find a company that you can find home, all these use cases, your name, not an ID number, right? Global business, full of solutions and use cases, full of answers and community, family. How about freedom? I mean, being able to earn income and nobody in your country knows about it. No one can confiscate it. No one can take it away. They can't even tax it, right? And then with the CBDC coming, we have exit that gives us this freedom, all these freedoms that you will not going to have later on. This whole thing is about, I think, opulence. If you have to sum opulence in one word, it's freedom. It's freedom, and we're going to keep on adding and doing and becoming stronger and making it more lucrative and making it more fun. I think fun is really important too. All right, guys. Just wanted to share with you tonight that it's the early of the year. Get to know your mall well. Cost transition, everything. A lot of great stuff is here. Great stuff is coming. Let's get active. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's time to start getting aggressive and bring our solutions to your country. With that, I'll pass it back to our fearless hostess. Ja, you are muted, darling.
Sorry. Thank you so much for your sharing with all this information that you pinpoint about the pawn scheme that help us understand more about how the overall system in the market is working nowadays, and for us to pay attention to and share with other prospect as well. And the part about cost analysis, financial analysis, I love that part so much because it's the way that we really treat Opulence Global as our own business and our own home. And that's what I exactly feel with Opulence Global. Yes. We have a few questions.
Sure.
The first one coming from Debbie. Debbie asks, so with the new shopping mall coming, are products only available to buy through crypto, or can they also use their own currency, USA, Canadian currency? Can you buy with crypto or US dollar?
So there are two different malls here. We got the retail mall, which is similar to what you have now, except it's simpler, it's nicer looking. It doesn't have anything but MLM. It's just about your customers click and buy Opulence products. So it's in fiat credit card, same as what it is right now. The one after that is going to be a crypto mall. It's called the designermall.io, and again we'll have similar products plus other products that don't belong to us. So it's a luxury mall for all luxury things, and then people will go and buy shop through Exit. So two separate things. The retail mall, yes, they can buy through credit cards and normal means of shopping.
That's awesome. We have more choices and methods of payment coming in the future with more function adding to the system. That's what we always see with the growth of Opulence Global, and we are so happy. And Debbie asked another question. Will the mall be launched in March? Debbie, are you referring to Exit Mall or?
Right. So that's a good question because I don't know which mall Debbie's referring to.
Okay,
But
Debbie, will you be able to pinpoint more about which mall are you referring to?
hopefully at the cruise we'll have some good announcements for people on the cruise and everyone else. So we are working on it and we're rushing and I don't think we worked so hard in a long time. I worked at 2, 3 in the morning. That's how we're trying to get everything out as soon as possible. But I think by the cruise, Debbie, you're gonna have some announcements.
All right. And another question coming from Sash. I just turned 22 and I just started my journey with opulence. Any advice on what you would do if you were just starting out with zero customers?
Look, you're on social media all the time. Change your conversation. People are constantly on social media and commenting on things that's not relevant. You have friends and family that are already using your shampoos and toothpaste. Become an expert about products and talk to them about why they shouldn't. Listen, when I talk to my dentist, he's trying to give me this Colgate with fluoride. I changed his mind to use our toothpaste instead, right? So become an expert at your openness, more expert of products. Start using it and start sharing it. Tell people, look, people they they appreciate information. When you come across as an expert, they'll follow your lead. So change the conversation. Become an expert on products. Whatever you could talk about or whatever you post about, or make sure it's related to your business. And it happens pretty quickly, because what happens is you talk to a bunch of people and all of a sudden one gets in, and that one, now they bring in a whole bunch of people. When I was going to MLM, I was 20 years old. That was 1990. I was 20 years old. The first person I signed up was my mother. Why? Because mom knows everybody. Right? Mom knows everybody, and sure enough, she put 1,500 people on my printout. So yeah, just become very good at this and talk to everybody.
That's a really great advice. Sash, I hope you can use that advice to start your business with Opulence Global. I've also started from zero, just like you, trying all the products, and at the end, be the product of the product. Yes. And I also have additional question coming from Thailand team. They requested me to ask you about exit, and because they have some question about how the system is working, especially on the part about where they could buy exit right now. Can they still purchase from the website, or it has to be done over application?
Yeah, so we want everyone to become familiar with the crypto world, just like how we have to get familiar with e-commerce, and we just have to learn some new skills, right? So there are multiple exchanges that Exit is registered on. You just go open up an account and just work your way around, and make sure you come to our Telegram channel. There's a lot of people that will help you and ask questions. A Telegram channel is called Exit Token Launch, but you need an invitation. Just ask your upline to get you an invitation. So the point is that it's already on an exchange. You can buy directly from the exchange. We've decided to remove the link from the back office. It's possible that at some point we're going to say, okay, well, this week we're going to allow that, but then you don't want to wait just in case price changes before then. So we don't want anyone to be reliant on us. Where the world is going is a crypto world. We want everyone to slowly, you got some time, to slowly learn how that part works. It's similar to this. When we only had cash, then you had to learn how to use e-transfers, how to use Visa, MasterCard. We just learned it. Debit card, right? At first it was cash, and now everything become digital. When the mobile phones came out, every media was saying it's not gonna go. Everyone's got a phone at home. Like, why would somebody want to get this expensive thing that doesn't even work right? It's never gonna go. They take over. Who's got a phone now? Everyone's got a mobile, right? So that's what's gonna happen, especially when the governments are going to enforce it upon us with the CBDC. So it's important that you go chase Exit down in one of these exchanges. We put some posters up on Instagram, on the X account. Everybody, by the way, we need to show a community. If you want to support Exit, go to X, follow it. You don't have an account, open the old Twitter, right? Twitter. Just open an account. It takes 2 minutes. Like, comment everything. Go on Instagram, like, comment everything. Go to Facebook, like, comment everything, and yeah, just start learning how it works. This is the future. It's not something that you can ignore for too long. So might as well get started right now.
Thank you. And some members, they have purchased the currency in the application, and then they said it actually indicated for them to wait for the purchase until next year. So they have the question on this matter of what does that mean and how long will they need to wait, or where can they check after they proceed with the payment, like, okay, how long will the waiting list or the waiting period will be? Yes.
Remember, the token is a shopping token. It's designed for that. We don't want people to be buying and selling it or trading it. Of course, it has a value. It has a value, but it's not. We didn't do this for that reason. If you do a really good job and sell a ton of products through this crypto mall, and then of course that's going to create demand for the token, and the price will continue to go up. But don't buy exit because you want to do that. You want to buy exit because it's going to become the shopping token of the whole industry. And I want you to learn it. You're going to run a mall soon, and its native currency is going to be exit. Exit might come to our wholesale mall, our opulence mall. That may be our next currency here as well, right? We may just eliminate opulence currency. We might not need it anymore. So get to know exit, accumulate some, hold some. Of course, when you start to get some, it's good to get there as soon as possible. It would probably be better to buy your Bitcoin when it was, $10 than now it's 50,000. So, so yeah, don't sit too long. Don't sit long too much.
I'll pass on to the team regarding this aspect, and we will see how we could support each other in terms of getting to know and understand more about the exit, so that the whole team in Thailand allowed to get the idea and have more understanding as well. And the last one, in the application, there's the choice for the members to choose 12 months, 24 months, and 36 months. Is that compulsory for us to tick any of the box in there?
Well, yeah, it is, because if we allow people to remember, we give people a big bonus. So everyone's got 4 times more than what they paid for. If we allow them to go dump it, your token will be worth 0. Right? So the only reason why, if we have to protect everybody, is to lock it. There's a lot of tokens out there that people did not even pay for. So if we don't lock it, then it would really hamper the launch of exit. It might just crash it completely. That's why 12 months is mandatory, but we give you 4.68% staking rewards, which is like interest, which is great. After that, you have a choice to lock it at 24 or 36 months at a higher rate. Or you say after that, no, I just want to start withdrawing. You can do that at a rate of 3% per month. Everything by about 3 years, everything becomes available. We can take it 3% a month. So I don't think anybody would do that. Remember, this is the next payment system of the whole world. So of the crypto world, it's not something just learn how to use it as a payment system. It's not something that, let's put it this way, if you have coins of gold, you don't cash it out to buy things. So you just don't do that, right? So, that's why it's important to understand what it does, its use case, because once you understand this use case, you don't want to be liquidating to a fiat currency that's crashing. You don't sell something that's going up to something that's crashing. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay. And the last question coming from Shauna. Do we put our stake 90% in our wallet? I'm not sure exactly what does that mean.
Put our stake 90% in our wallet. No, so what happens is, no, because if we pass it to people's wallet, they go drop it, they go dump it. Like we had a lot of people that came into the pre-orders, that's not even part of the business. We have a lot of tokens out there right now. Like mean allocated, not out there, allocated. And to protect everybody, we have to make sure we lock them in. Because if we don't lock it in, token will go down to zero. That's just when you give people 4 times of what they paid for, obviously, where is the liquidity? Right? We did that to do it, and now we have to go build it. We have to go promote it, build it, market it, make it a complete payment system. When the world starts to come in using it, then of course you can cash in. But in the beginning, we have to protect it. So no, we cannot pass a. Well, we are giving you people 10%, right? We're going to make 10% available. You can take that out. I actually encourage it. I want people to only 10%, take it all or take some of it and trade with it. Go turn it into Bitcoin or USDT or whatever you want. I want you to actually experience it. So that's why we're gonna make 10% of it available right away. It is available right away. You can ask for that to be transferred into your own wallet.
Thank you. And we have the last question. I'll treat this one as the last question for tonight. From Jackie, can we continue to buy exit and does it also get locked?
Yeah. Okay, no. If you buy exit now, you're buying it from the exchange. So there's no locking. You take it right away. It goes in your wallet. But you also don't get any bonuses. The only reason why we locked it is because we give you guys gosh of bonuses. You know, one of my friends put in $50,000 and he couldn't believe it because he's a businessman. He wasn't paying attention. So I sent him his username and password, and he was traveling and he came back and says, I put in 50,000, so how come it's 189,000? Like, he says, what happened here? Well, you must have made a mistake. And I said, no, it's not a mistake. This is what we decided to do. And he has a big financial company. He said, Ramin, I've never seen in 5 days to make this type of income in 5 days. So that's everybody. That's you guys too. Everybody got the same thing, right? If we allow people to take it to their own wallet, they will dump it on an exchange, right? And then, so we're gonna allow you to take a little bit at a time so we can build up the token.
Thank you, our CEO, for making your time to reply to our questions. Again, every Tuesday night for Forensic Networker call with our beloved CEO and founder of Forensic Networker. And for today, good night from Canada, good morning from Thailand, good afternoon from wherever you are. Stay forensic and to the billion.